Hello, everybody. This is Crossy. I am the official Camo Dave Channel pet reporter. I produce all the pet news. I will report all the pet news that's going on. And the latest pet news is a happy birthday for Jax the cat. He's the cat of Nomadic Fanatic. The Nomadic Fanatic had a big party for Jax the cat. And one of the presents for Jax the cat was a new kitty named Tara. A little kitten named Tara, and Jackson's quite shook up about it. But anyway, that was a big celebrity roast there. Big party there for Jax the cat there. Yeah. Okay? Happy birthday, Jax. And now, back to the show.
Hey, I can't talk about that guy anymore. He doesn't want me talking about him anymore. But he didn't say a thing about Crotchy. Oh, yeah. Hey, what else do we got here today? I don't know. It's a pretty slow day here. Nikki Delventhal, living in a car in Arkansas, Part 1. She is a solo female with a dog and telling us all about what it's like to live in a car in Arkansas, as if that is significantly different from any of the states that border it, including Mississippi, Louisiana, Oklahoma, Texas, Missouri, and Tennessee. So, all right. That's just adorable. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Right, if you see a link to a product in somebody's description there, like Element Van Life Nate there has, they're probably got a freebie, and now, in order to get the freebie, you've got to do a, review of it, and, kind of keep it positive. Anyway, so, this guy does, he does often have sponsors like Skillshare and stuff on his vehicles, so he's hardworking and making some money on the channel. There's the Japanese domestic vehicle, the Toyota with the driver's side on the wrong side because it's made for Japan, and he and his girlfriend Shannon are busy down there in Tampa fixing it all up so they can take it on the road and do some camping. And now it's time to check out the solar power and charging up the Blue Eddy Max Oak EB240, first impressions. I bet you it's pretty good. I bet you it's pretty nice. I'd like one of those. We got a lot of toilet stuff. This is Gone Again. A perfect composting toilet for camping or emergencies. Interesting video, actually. Check it out. He takes a bucket, just a plain old bucket, and he turns it into a composting toilet. So you don't have to go out and buy one of those fancy schmancy composting toilets. You can just make your own, and it's pretty simple to do. And a very good video here from Mr. Gone Again. I really enjoyed it. Good channel. He always has some really smart stuff in there. And, I don't want to reveal how to do it. You go watch this. But he's in Montana. And gotta poop again, right? Yeah, well, this'll work. Oh, yeah. Closer to Get a Creeper gets his vaccine out there in Portland, Oregon. Yeah, good for him. Living at a tour of the Spam Museum in Austin, Minnesota. It's not that kind of spam. It's not the kind you get in your email. I should do Camo Dave, the Spam Email Museum right here in Morganton, North Carolina. No, this is the spam as in canned meat. We've seen quite a lot of nomads doing that, so... yeah. All right, if you want to see it again, Living It. All right, if you miss watching Sasnak back when he had a big semi-trailer truck, and drove all around the country in it, and now he's got a van and, that kind of thing. So, but if you miss having a nomadic trucker to watch, check out Trucking with Louie. Hit the road, big rig, 18-wheeler. That's right, real trucking in a big truck, the way Sasnak used to do it. And it's good. I like it. Got to see he's got the big cab in the back there with a little apartment back there and all that. Trucking with Louie. A lot of folks have recommended this channel for me to watch, and I have done that. I am doing that. Everyday Trucking, how to sell your dopey channel stickers. Yeah, well, exactly. That is exactly right. And of course, the video that got him $100,000 on Patreon, his truck stop shower video. No, I'm kidding. No, he's not Unstoppable Morgan now, is he? Dear, we haven't had an Unstoppable Morgan video in 4 days. I hope everything's okay. Last we heard, she's down there in Georgia. Letters, letters, letters. Hey, we did a report this morning on a Utah woman that bought a $100,000 Thor RV number of years ago, and she got hit with a contract that she didn't either she didn't see it or they finagled it or something, but she got hit with it. She noticed there's a one-time at the end of the contract balloon payment for $63,000 that she's got to make. I don't know, man, and she was not even aware of that. Anyway, Campervan73 said, you should have read the contract before signing it. They teach that in economics class in all schools. Lots of shady sales practices and salesmen or saleswomen out there. In the end, it's your signature that completes the contract, good or bad. So it's in one's best interest to read and comprehend what they're signing and agree prior to any agreeing prior to any signing any document in life. Also, I was chatting with Ken down there in Punta Gorda, Florida today, and he said the other thing that you do is when they actually bring the contract out for you to sign, get your phone out and take pictures of every page of the contract. And that will ensure that if somebody then goes back and tries to change things even after you've signed it, that you originally did not see that. So yeah, that's always a good thing to do. Get a hard copy or get your own, what do they call it, your own investigative copy of the contract as you're signing it. So that they can't come back at you later and say, well, no, there was a different number over here. Did you see that? SC1212 Abel says, I feel bad for this woman that got ripped off by the dealership, but she seemed to go into this contract with a blind eye. Yeah. That's why I tell everyone to pay cash for everything, but if it's a big ticket item, get your financing through a credit union. Anyway, yeah, when me and Julie decided to retire and leave Nashville and move to the Florida Keys and live on a sailboat, we had a certain dollar amount we wanted to spend, but still get a boat that was in good shape and one that would fit our needs. We found what we were looking for and still had enough money left over to purchase a small camper trailer we can pull with our Toyota Tacoma. Yeah, anyway, SC1212 Abel says, we generally spend 6 months on the boat and 6 months on the road. That sounds really cool. Yeah. Glorious Life on Wheels says, if you look at the views on Line Screw One's videos, it appears that most of his views come from his videos from the ones about Carolyn's RV life. Duh! I think you are right. I'm right that he should move on, but maybe he's afraid to lose all the views. I guess the question is if he can come up with views as high on his content without the CRVL videos, it would be interesting to see. He's had some pretty good videos talking about political stuff and just general RVing stuff without putting CRVL Carolyn in the mix, but it does, I don't know. It just seems like 3 years of this has been enough. It's been 3 years of pretty much a one-way criticism of him, of her, from him to her. And okay, we get it. You don't like her, bobbity boobity bee. You've said everything 20 times. Time to pack up and move on out, don't you think? Economic Refugees RV says, if you think used car salespeople are bad, try buying a new RV. My wife and I sold RVs in Quartzsite years ago, and the sales teams were horrible. We don't sell RVs anymore. Campervan73 says, if you have to get a loan for something, you should not buy it. Work and save, and then buy something you can afford and pay cash for. Living within one's means with no debt. If someone signs an absurd contract, that's their own problem. You should have listened during economics class. Brian Heffern has some good advice here. When you are spending $100,000 on a vehicle of any kind, you are well advised to have a lawyer look over the contract. It would cost several $100s, but it would be the best money you have ever spent. Cutlass Red says, people do put balloon payments at the end of the loans, and you're aware of them sometimes. You should be aware of them because it artificially drops the monthly payment you'll be making. If you're making a monthly payment for 20 years and then on the last payment it's suddenly $63,000, those monthly payments all the way up till that last day of the 20-year period would be lower than what you normally would think. So I guess people figure, in 19 years and 11 months, I'll have this all figured out. I'll refinance it or sell it. But still, selling it, you're still going to have to pay off that balloon payment part of the loan in order to get the title to sell it, right? I don't know, man. That's including Lucas says, Dave, how wrong you are. Carolyn, that's Carolyn's RV Life, is worth covering from Line Screw. Andrew covers her stuff, let's just say that, just as quietly as you cover Eric and Mikey's stuff. Back off on Line Screw 1. We need the humor. Well, you do have a point there, Captain Max says, best advice is never buy an RV with a 20-year loan. An RV depreciates 30% as soon as it leaves the lot. It will be worthless long before it's ever paid off. The E4 Mafia says, and Dave, with Dave 2D missing in action, that means there is a void in the YouTube universe for roast channels, and that's really all Line Screw 1 is a roast channel for a few particular nomads. His roasts are pretty good. He's done a couple roasts on some very well-known YouTubers that were trying to do some weird contest a while back. But I don't know. I don't know, man. And come on, Dave, I love your channel, says E4 Mafia, but who are you to tell Line Screw what to do? Hey, I can tell him what to do. He doesn't have to listen to me, Kevin ought to know because Kevin lives there. Kevin lives on the island of Vancouver there. In beautiful British Columbia, and it's a huge island. It's bigger than some American states alone, just the island. The size of Vancouver Island is huge. Van City Van Life Chrome can travel the whole island, which is in this particular health zone. Yeah, so, he's got to, as Chrome did say, British Columbia is now telling everybody they have to stay in they have like 5 or 6 health zones across British Columbia, and they have to stay in the health zone they're in right now, or the one they live in. And since Chrome is living in this particular health zone, that includes all of the island of Vancouver, the island of Vancouver, not the city of Vancouver. 2 separate things. It's confusing for us non-Canadians. Vancouver is not on Vancouver Island. Get it? One's a city, one's an island, and they're 2 separate things. But they're not far from each other. So poor Chrome is stuck on beautiful Vancouver Island just as summer's coming, and the weather's going to be nice, and it's a gorgeous, beautiful island, and he is stuck there for the foreseeable future unless he wants to break Canada's laws. All right, everybody, that ought to do it for today. It is the 23rd of April, 2021, and that's our Letters and More segment here, our show tomorrow, every Saturday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Eastern, 2 live streams. So join us for those. Tomorrow's supposed to be a rainy day, so I'm going to need to be doing those. That'll be my highlight of the day, and then just sit around and watch the rain fall. But makes everything greener, right? Hey, everybody, thank you so much for watching. You have a wonderful rest of your Friday. Vlog under.